Hello all, hello patrons, and welcome to another reading. This is going to be another quick reading. I'm not going to spend too long. I want to make this kind of a fun one where the message is, what do you need to know right now? Like as you're watching this in this exact moment, what is the best message possible for you? That's the intention that I'm setting. It's not about some sort of a big message or something big that you need to do, or like I really just want to focus on this message being about in the moment. Like the moment you're watching this video, what do you need to hear exactly in this moment? So we've got 4 groups for you. We've got group 1, group 2, group 3, and group 4. And you can pause the video and see which one you're being pulled to the most. If you need more time, we're going to get into it. So let's get started with group number 1. What is the exact message that you need to hear right now in this moment? Group 1. We've got the Knight of Wands. In this exact moment, you need to hear that you need to get up and do whatever it is that you've been feeling quite passionate about doing. You just need to get up and do it without overthinking, without getting too caught up in your head about it. I'm getting just get up and do it. Just get up and do it. So maybe there's something that you know you need to do. And I don't feel like this is not talking about something. This is not talking about something that it's like, oh, I need to do this or I have to do this. This is something you want to do, but maybe a fear of yours is keeping you from doing it. This is not about something that you need to do. It's not for example, it's not a task. It's not a chore. It's not, it's not something that maybe there are also things that you need to do that are tasks and chores, but this one isn't. What this one is something you genuinely really want to do, but you are keeping yourself from doing it. And so in this exact moment where your guides are saying, get up and do that thing that you've been wanting to do, even if it is something that doesn't necessarily have to do anything like it might be something like, oh, I really want to go to this location, or like, you know, you'll know what this is because it's the thing that you've been thinking, I really want to go there, I really want to do this, I really want to start this. And it's the want that's important. It's not I really need to, or I really should, or I really, you know, could benefit from. It's I really want to. What is it that you've really been wanting to do that you've been avoiding doing because maybe of fear, excuses, things like that? So again, like I said, it's going to be a short reading, but that's the exact message that you needed to hear right now. Group number 1, thank you so much for supporting me, and thank you for hanging out with me. I really appreciate it, and I will see you in my next video. Okay, so now we're moving on. So we're moving on to group number 2. So group number 2, what do you need to know exactly in this moment right now? Just a short message. Ace of Swords. So Ace of Swords is saying you need to know that the clarity, what I'm picking up from this Ace of Swords is like the clarity to the situation where I feel like there's something that you feel like you're breaking your brain over. There's something that you feel like you're thinking about, and there's a lot of, I'm kind of getting this tension in your brain over something because you're really, really breaking and problem solving with your brain. And I'm seeing that the solution is coming. Like that thought or that idea or that light bulb moment, it's coming. So for now, your guides are saying, just know that it's coming. You can still problem solve. I feel like this is something that because what they're showing me is like this problem solving is actually really healthy for you right now. So whatever problem, but don't get nervous about it. Like continue problem solving, but don't get stressed out. Don't let it affect your emotions as much as you can, because the solution is coming. So whatever problem you're dealing with right now, the solution is coming, and it's going to come from within. It's going to come from you. The idea is going to come from you. So I feel like you've got the idea. You've got the solution to this issue, to this problem. For a lot of you, I feel like, I don't know why I'm picking up, but this problem probably has to do with something to do with a living situation. I don't know why that came through, but that came through as like, I channeled that as like the primary thing. But I'm seeing that you're going to come up with the solution. or you're going to see something that sparks up this light bulb moment. I kind of feel like your guides just want you to know that you're very close to the solution, a lot closer than you think, to this specific problem. If your problem is associated with some, like a living situation or a home situation, this is your confirmation. But it doesn't have to be that. Maybe it's something else that you're breaking your brain over. I keep hearing breaking your brain over it. So maybe like your brain really feels like you've just been jumping through hoops inside of your brain trying to figure this out. It's like, also they're showing me this like really complicated, difficult maths problem, you know, like very often when I channel that, when I see like a maths problem that someone's been sitting over, your guides are saying like maybe it's time to walk away from this problem solving. You can still continue problem solving in the background, but to put this, all of your intention or all of your energy into problem solving this right now is not going to work, because this is going to come in anyway. The solution is going to come in anyway, and it's going to come in when it feels that the timing is right. But the clarity is coming around this. So especially if this is a living situation sort of thing that you're looking at. So that's what I have for you, group number 2. So if you like this reading and you want to share how that like little short message resonated with you, you can do so. Like I'd love to hear what you think of the shorter format, how you feel you connect to it, because I am, you know, I'm always doing different things and I'm always trying to connect to reading in a different way. But thank you so much for hanging out with me, and I will see you in my next video. Okay, we're moving on to group number 3. So group number 3, let's see, what message do you need to hear right now in this moment? It's a short message. Let's get into it. Ace of Cups. Okay, so Ace of Cups. I am getting for a lot of, if you're single, I feel like a relationship is on its way to you. And I feel like the reason that your guides want you to hear this right now, like that a relationship is on its way to you, is to tell you that you need to be very open-hearted with it. Because I feel like some of you have been working on opening your heart and being like trusting easier, or it kind of feels like what your guides are kind of saying to me here is that you used to trust very, very easily. And then that was kind of broken down over a series of relationships or a series of connections that you experienced. And now you are in a situation where it's very hard to trust, but you are starting to find that innocence or that vulnerability again that you had before, where you would trust people. And I feel like your guides are saying when this person comes in, don't get spooked and don't go back or don't retreat into this like trust issues sort of place again, because it's going to be really important to keep your heart open for this person. And the thing is, you will intuitively know that you can be open with this person. You will know intuitively that you and this person are supposed to connect, and that you're supposed to have a really beautiful connection together. Now, if you're in a relationship, this could be a new friendship that's coming in. But I would even say, I think if you're single and you're feeling like, yes, I'm ready for a relationship, then this is a relationship coming in. For those of you who are single and you're like, you know what, I'd prefer to be single, this is a new friend that's coming in. But the thing is that I'm getting is, if you're single and this is a friend, this could be a friendship that turns into a relationship down the line when you're ready for a relationship. So, you know, it's an interesting one. But I do feel like the biggest message here is that your guides are saying it's a good time right now as a whole for this group, if you pick this card, to keep your heart open, to trust, to give people benefit of the doubt. I'm even getting, because I feel like in this group, you are the kind of group that you probably gave benefit of the doubt a lot before. And you got really messed up. You got really messed up with it. And, sorry, I feel like I can't stop touching my hair for this group. I tend to touch my hair a lot anyway, but like for your group, I just can't stop. Like, I'm just like, I'm really good. Because like, you know, when people touch their hair, they're like flirty. Stop it. You're going to have a really nice flirty time. A lot of you. If you're in a relationship, I feel like there's because this feels like a person you need to keep your heart open with. is what I'm getting, is coming into your life. And for some of you, this could be friendships, because maybe you are in a relationship, but maybe you've had a couple of friends who took advantage of your open heart. Like, I'm kind of getting whatever side of life you've experienced this feeling of keeping your heart very open and then learning the hard way that, like, sometimes you have to be careful. That's where this is coming in. But I am seeing that as a rule of thumb in this, because what you need to hear right now, we're keeping this message as like right now what you need to hear. In this chapter of your life, let's say, in this era of your life, what's really good to do is to keep your heart open, because I feel like a lot of love wants to come in. There's a lot of people, and especially new connections, but it could even be people who are already around you are wanting to pour into you. And the thing is, you just need to let them. There's a lot of people around you, and you'll see these people forming around you slowly, wanting to give to you, wanting to support you, and wanting to pour into you. And for that to happen, you need to open up your cup. You need to lift the lid and allow people to pour into you. So that's what I'm getting for this group. So that's the message that you needed to hear right now. Okay, thank you, group 3. Thank you for hanging out with me, and let me know if you like this short format. And we're gonna move forward to group number 4. So group number 4, let's get into your reading. This is a short one. Let's get into it. You've got 5 of Cups. Okay, so what do you need to hear right now in this moment is, yes, that was a disappointment, is kind of what I'm getting. But I'm sorry to deliver this message, but the way that I'm getting the energy is like, yeah, that was very disappointing, wasn't it? But let's not dwell on it. Let's just keep moving. So I feel like for some of you, maybe you thought that, I'm kind of getting, maybe there was a connection that you thought was going to be more, and it just didn't happen. And I feel like that's something that your guides are like, keep it moving. Like, especially if it resonates, if recently you've been disappointed by like a potential connection that you thought was going to go somewhere, your guides are saying you're going to have to keep it moving. Especially if you've had that question on your mind, should I keep waiting for them, or should I, or maybe you were holding out some sort of hope, like, will it get better? Your guides are kind of indicating that it's time to move on. It's like, okay, this was a bit disappointing, but we're going to move forward now. If there was a job that did not play out, or like you went to an interview, although I do feel like this has more to do with emotion rather than with practical things. But if there was a job where you were like, I really thought that was going to be it, I really thought I was going to get it, like you went to an interview and you thought you were really going to get something, or you thought you were really going to get that funding for something, or you really thought you were going to get that promotion and you didn't get it. But again, for most of you, I actually feel like this is more of a emotional thing. Like maybe you thought that this person that you were going out with, you went on like 2 or 3 dates with, and you were like, okay, I really thought that this was moving somewhere, and then it just didn't. And your guides are saying, yep, that was disappointing. That was a disappointing situation, but we're going to keep it moving. And the thing is, the truth is, you did get what I'm kind of getting is like you did get your cup filled in some regard. This is why I think this is more of an emotional thing. There's this feeling of, okay, I am getting this, I keep hearing this person did fill your cup in a certain way. So for most of you, I am going to take it as this is a person that in the end ended up disappointing you. But your guides are saying you have to admit that they filled your cup in a certain way too. Even though overall they ended up being a bit disappointing, or the experience with them ended up being a little bit disappointing, there were things that what I'm hearing, in which they served you. So there were ways or areas in which they served you, even if on overall they disappointed you in the end. And your guides are saying the only thing that you can do around that is move on, move forward. And but they're saying it doesn't mean that you can't be sad about it, or you can't regret it. You can regret it, but they're saying it's time to keep moving though. Because I feel like for a lot of you, this is not someone you've known for a very long time. They're like, you don't need to, especially if this is someone that you've only been like on a couple of dates with, or you thought you were going to be friends with, but then it kind of fell through. Your guides are saying, look, you didn't know them that long in the end. In the end, you didn't know them for that long. You weren't aware of them for that long. There's no point in dwelling on this person. There's not that much to process about this person, is what I'm getting from this specific group. So they're just saying, please don't dwell on it more than you need to, is kind of the message. It's like, whatever you need to dwell on, please do, but you will know intuitively when it's time to stop dwelling on this. So that is kind of the energy that I'm getting for this group. So thank you so much, group 4. This was just a short one. Again, like, this is just a rapid fire reading. I think I'm gonna do a few of them because I think they're kind of fun. The short ones are fun. So yeah, thank you so much for hanging out with me. I really appreciate you, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.